Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast, Uncut. And I'm your host, Jody Coleman, in the building. Man, I hope everybody had a fabulous week going into their weekend. Hope they're able to get some peace on this upcoming weekend. You know, we got Cinco de Mayo coming up to all our Latino and Mexican people and everybody else that celebrate. It's always a great occasion. But yeah, man, we talking NBA playoffs, man, and the two best words in sports is game seven. Multiple game sevens in the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is set. We're gonna talk NCAA expand their field to 76 teams. Do you like that? Do you dislike it? And we're gonna talk NIL for all collegiate athletes, whether it be high school or college, man, because this is certain things that I definitely want to know about. I seen something on the Pat McAfee show talking about the NIL, and since the NIL has came about the last 5 years, I think it's been around 4 or 5 years now. I might be mistaken on that, maybe less, but there has not been anybody that's been ineligible due to academics since this has happened. So I'm wondering what's going on when it comes to that. So we definitely will talk about that, the academic side of the NIL. And these guys actually, if you're getting paid to play football, that is your actual job. So now, are you a student athlete, or you an athlete student, or you just a professional football player? Because I believe that NIL make you professional. If you're getting paid for what you do with that type of money, then you're a professional. So I'm wondering, what is the element of school when it comes to that? Does it even matter? Are people, all classes now are online? Are we getting the proper education? I guess it don't matter when you're making that type of money out. But I thought education was the key. I thought that's what people went to school for. But we'll talk about that later on in the show. What's up, Kathy? She says she is here. My husband got me sick. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling a lot better. I hope you're taking whatever proper medication that you need to get better. But this show right here, we'll later on talk about the NCAA. But right now, man, we talking about the NBA playoffs, man, and it's a lot of game sevens. But before we get to the game seven, we had some games last night, and one of the games that we're going to talk about is the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Houston Rockets 98-78 to close out 6 games. We know that Kevin Durant only played in 1 out of the 6 games in that series. And it's crazy, the one game that he did play, they lost. So I'm just curious that I know a lot of the LeBron haters had to put their pen and pad back away, because I'm pretty sure they had a whole dialogue on how they were going to say that he made history by being the first team in NBA history to give up a 3-0 lead. Well, guess what? You guys got to put that information back and keep all those memes that you had preparing for LeBron James, because guess what? LeBron James actually came up big. I don't care that he's 41. I'm not saying that he's the GOAT or anything like that, but I know there's a lot of people that was ready to hate on LeBron James if he was able to give up that lead, and he didn't. When I watched that game as a whole, it seemed like this is the LeBron James that we seen about 5 or 6 years ago when he got to the Los Angeles Lakers. He was able to make a lot of people on the team better. You saw Hashimura almost, I think he may have missed one shot. This guy was playing fantastic. Marcus Smart, man, he looks like a rejuvenated player. Looked like he played when he played with the Celtics, hitting threes, playing great defense on the perimeter. They got Austin Reeves back. DeAndre Ayton was actually controlling the boards. At least the last 3 games of that series, he was the master on those boards, blocking shots, changing shots. This is the big man they thought they were going to get. Offensively, I don't think his game is really there offensively, but I think DeAndre Ayton is a guy that has actually, really proved a lot of the doubters wrong. And we got my guy, Jarrell, Soul on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas, man. How you feeling, my boy?
I'm great, Jody. It's cold down here, dog. It's in the 50s. Can you believe this shit? It's like 52 right now. I'm not used to this coldness.
I think we got the same temperature because it's about 52 here. So I don't know what's going on. It's May 2nd. It's May 2nd. I thought May 2nd we'd be actually into some warmer weather, man. But getting my guy in here, man, we're going to jump right into it because I was here giving them a dialogue. And the Lakers, man, the Lakers was able to close out the Rockets in 6 games. I had to tell everybody out there, put that LeBron James memes that you was ready to put up there, saying he wasn't the GOAT, saying he couldn't do it, saying that he makes the Laker team a worse team. Where is those comments where people said that the Lakers are a worse team without LeBron James in the lineup? I really want those guys to come forward and come and speak your piece, man. How do you let a guy that is good as LeBron James, your team is better without him in the lineup, man? Talk to me about this one. First of all, talk to me about the Lakers winning in 6, and then we'll go to the Houston Rockets because they got a lot of problems. Houston, there is a problem. So,
oh yeah, there were going to be a lot of memes made if LeBron didn't lead this team to a series win. Consider they were up 3-0 with no Kevin Durant on the other side. They were going to roast this dude. Believe me, people were ready to clown LeBron. They were going to say Jordan would never. They were already ready for that. But thank God he didn't do that. Not that I'm a big LeBron fan, but I'm not a hater either. He's a great basketball player, one of the best ever. But blowing the 3-0 lead, boy, they were going to dog him out like no other. But they took care of business on the road. It's always nice to. I'm pretty sure these NBA teams love beating teams on the road in closeout games. It probably means a little bit more. Say, hey man, we come to your gym and take over. But big win for them last night. The Rockets turned back into the Rockets, not being able to score. They didn't really have a lead dog on their roster last night, without Kevin Durant or anybody else. And the Lakers did enough to win and move on to get embarrassed by the Thunder.
Let's talk about that for a minute, man. I like I said, there's a lot of people that was ready to hate on LeBron James, but LeBron James, once again, they asked him a question post game, and they said, LeBron, what's the score between you and Father Time? And LeBron said he kicking Father Time's ass, and I gotta agree with him, man. Like I said, I'm not the biggest LeBron James lover, but I don't like the disrespect because, like I said on this show before, I feel like we're missing out on his greatness right before our eyes because every time you mention LeBron, you mention Jordan. You don't get that with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan's playing, you didn't compare him to Magic. You didn't compare him to Larry. You didn't compare him to Dr. J. But every time you mention LeBron James' name, he's mentioned with Michael Jordan and what he can't do. And also, he's saying that this is not even his era. They saying it's more Steph Curry's era than LeBron James' era, man. Talk to me about that, so.
Well, if you just a few days ago, LeBron did an interview. And they asked him about the Jordan comparison. He goes, me and Jordan's game is different. We don't play the same type of basketball. There's some things I do better than him, things he do better than me. So to comparing us two is really not fair. Just like we've been saying forever, Jody. These two guys are not the same person. They play in different areas. So to compare greats is stupid. I blame social media for this type of nonsense going on. Everyone wants to make these hot takes and this Jordan's better than LeBron. LeBron's better than Jordan. No one really cares. These guys are never going to play each other. We'll never know if Muhammad Ali could have beat Mike Tyson. Stop it. Let's get to the real thing. And like you said, live in the moment and enjoy what we're seeing right now. Because LeBron is one of the greatest players ever.
And that's what it's all about. And he's taking his team into the second round. He's going to be playing against the returning champion, OKC Thunder. I'm hoping that at some point Luka Doncic will be back. But let's go ahead and give a congratulations to the Lakers. They were missing the leading scorer in the NBA, so it wasn't like they weren't depleted. They was missing Austin Reeves for the majority of that series. So let's not act like the Lakers was at full strength going against the Houston Rockets, who a lot of people, including myself, thought the Houston Rockets, with a healthy Kevin Durant, would have beat the Lakers. But let's talk about
if they had Kevin Durant, they probably would have won this series. A healthy Kevin Durant. That's what we were all thinking going into the series, that KD was going to be there. We didn't know he was going to get ashy knees and not show up. That's what happened. So he wasn't there. So that definitely evened the odds. And LeBron instantly became the best player in this series without Kevin Durant showing up. So yeah, good for him. But Jody, another thing is, I saw something funny on Instagram. Dude said Lakers were losing on purpose to help to give Luka more time to get healthy.
I mean, yeah, because they actually don't play until Tuesday, I believe. But you know what's crazy about all this? Kevin Durant, the game that he did play, they lost. And they lost kind of bad if you really think about it. So it's not like when he played that he was the X factor. He actually, when I looked at this Houston team doesn't look like a real cohesive team. This was a team that was a second seed in the Western Conference just a year ago, and you got rid of all the things that made you the second seed. You got rid of Jalen Green, a young upstart. This kid is not even 23 or 24 years of age. You get rid of Dylan Brooks, who gives you that toughness, who can be a timely scorer. And you, of course, you had injuries to Van Fleet. Nobody thought that he was going to be hurt this year. But when you found out he was going to be out all year, why didn't the front office go get a Chris Paul? Why didn't y'all make a deal maybe to bring Trae Young in? Did something at the point guard position. So Houston, man, I think it's more questions than there are answers going into next year. Sengun is not a number one. Sengun is a decent player, but I think he's overhyped. A-Man Thompson is a great defender, but what else can he do on the offensive end? He's not a great shooter. He doesn't stretch the floor. You guys like Tony Eason. I'm going to say Tony Eason. They got Eason in the lineup, and that's the guys that you are looking to get big baskets. This is a guy that should be, not saying he's not a good player, but he should be a rotational player, and they were looking for him to make timely baskets for him. It's a bigger problem in Houston than just losing this series. So what do you think?
Jody, we drop a lot of knowledge on this show. We're always right. People are always stealing our flow. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna put this out here. Kevin Durant won't be with the Rockets next year. I think he's gonna get traded once again. All the turmoil that happened. Remember during the All-Star break when his burner account got activated and he was talking shit about his teammates. People don't forget shit like that. It wouldn't shock me at all. He didn't even show up in the playoffs. It wouldn't shock me if they traded this guy, get some more draft picks for him, and the Rockets are back in the lottery again in the next couple of years.
Now, I'm going to agree. Donald will be joining us shortly. I'm going to agree with you on that. Now, there was a meme where Kevin Durant was actually smirking on the sideline being down by 21 points. He was actually almost to a laughter type of situation. Why are you laughing at anything when you sitting on the bench looking like, nigga, like you ain't got no bread? There's no here, no there. We know you're not a fashion icon, but Kevin Durant, man, he's a hired mercenary, man. He's a guy that comes in, he's a mortar. He come in, he wants to get his points so he can pass whoever's in front of him on the all-time scoring list. He wants to eventually, pass Kobe Bryant if he hasn't already done so. He wants to eventually catch LeBron James at some point. And I'm not saying that Kevin Durant is not a great player. I'm not saying that. This is a guy that played, I believe, the most minutes he's played, and I think like since his second or third year in the league, he was averaging like 36 minutes per game. And then when you get to the playoffs where you need him the most, I've seen times where teams were blitzing him like he had never seen the defense that was. I know the Lakers for sure were blitzing him at the half court line. He acted like he didn't know. It's like when I coach basketball, your kids don't know a press. When you know every team in our league, in the city league, runs the press, and you act like you've never seen the press before, turning the ball over at alarming rate. I've seen Kevin Durant do that a lot of times against the Lakers. Let's give a shout out to JJ Redick. Can we give a shout out to JJ Redick, a guy that nobody gave a chance coaching that team? They said he was a third grade coach. So
I'm not giving him no credit. I still don't think he's a good coach. I don't.
He looked damn good. Yes, he looked damn good in that closeout game. But
hey, Devin Ham. What about Ham? Ham took him to the conference finals a few years ago. I know they ran my brother.
I didn't say Devin. I didn't say Devin Ham wasn't a good coach, but Devin Ham couldn't beat the Denver Nuggets for some odd reason. He could not beat the Denver Nuggets, and I got so much to unpack when we get to that. You already know I got the guns blazing. But right now, man, the Houston Rockets, man, is really sad. And I'm gonna say this again on Against the Grain. He's not gonna be with the Houston Rockets. I just don't know where he's gonna end up. But this is what I'm gonna say. He was in Phoenix just a year ago. Phoenix Suns didn't even make the playoffs, and they're supposed to have a three-headed monster with him, Devin Booker, and also Bradley Beal. This year, the Phoenix Suns are in the playoffs, 9 games better. 9 games over 500. I believe they had like a 19-game turnaround without Kevin Durant. And I told you, I said the Phoenix Suns is going to be better by subtraction when Kevin Durant leads the team, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back a little further than that. When he left Golden State, of course he left. They lost the finals to Toronto. He had the torn Achilles. They went on to win another championship without him. Without Kevin Durant. He goes to the New Jersey Nets where they supposed to form this other big three was him, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Of course, unfortunately, COVID hit. He didn't play his first year there. James Harden came in out of shape, and Kyrie Irving didn't play because of the COVID shot.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and he finally is on the court. He got his foot is on the line. He loses to the Milwaukee Bucks. Don't play a lot of games. He wants out of Brooklyn. He was a co-signer for Steve Nash getting the job. Am I right or wrong? He was a co-signer. He wanted Steve Nash to be the head coach. This is a team that said they don't really need a head coach. Then he wants out when Kyrie Irving and James Harden, they make the trade. They bring in Ben Simmons. He wants out. He goes to Phoenix, and he's at Phoenix. Like I said, 19 games swing when he left. Then he goes to Houston. Houston was the number 2 team in the Western Conference. So number 2. They lose in the first round. They fall to the 5th seed and lose in the first round to the depleted Los Angeles Lakers. Kevin Durant is supposed to make up for those mishaps, those mistakes, those people out. Kevin Durant is supposed to be able to make. He's supposed to be that great. You're supposed to make up for those mistakes.
But Joe, the biggest mistake I think Kevin Durant's made in his career is leaving, not checking his ego and leaving the Golden State Warriors. If he would stay with the Warriors, he would probably have more rings than LeBron James right now. And we'd be still having that debate. Oh, it's not a debate anymore, but we'd have that debate. He was better LeBron or Kevin Durant because they're in the same era. And Kevin Durant would probably have more rings than LeBron at this point. Because I'm telling you right now, man, if he was staying in Golden State, perfect situation for this guy. He can just play basketball. He don't have to do nothing else. Don't have to lead the team. They got plenty of leaders, great coaching. Just play basketball. But I don't know if his homeboys got in his head. Somebody told, hey, man, you need your own fucking team. Yeah, you're right. Now look at it. Chasing a dream. He ain't going to never get back to what he was. Should have stayed in Golden State. He could have been Batman or Robin, whatever, to Steph Curry and keep winning championships. But he fucked that whole thing up, if you ask me, by leaving.
Are you really right? I think he could have made. I think he could have matched. He could have actually matched Michael Jordan's 6 championships if he stays in Golden State.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Klay Thompson goes to Dallas and he would have never met Megan Thee Stallion. But
he was gonna run into Megan, if you know.
You're gonna run into that ass. But no. And I got my nephew about to join the chat. But before I bring Donald in, I hope he's listening backstage. My thing is, egos kill great careers. Oh, yeah. And I think that Kevin Durant's ego definitely tarnished his reputation. I know he wanted to be the one, quote unquote, driving the bus, as Charles Barkley tries to say. But I think he had you're right. Him and Golden State, nobody's beating that team. So, maybe some injuries here or there, but you're right. I think right now Kevin Durant might be, and Steph Curry would probably have about 7 championships, and I think Durant would be right around 5 or 6 himself. But that was a woulda, shoulda situation. Kevin Durant is not going to be there. I don't know where he's going to be at next year. But I got my nephew, Donald, the voice of the youth. Yo, what's good, nephew?
How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
And go back
now, talk to me. So this is
nothing to say about Kevin Durant.
But Donald, you were here right on time. This is the first topic of the day. We got plenty to go over, but this is the first topic. The Lakers beat the Rockets 98-78 in a closeout game, game 6. They packed them up in Houston's arena, packed them up in their arena. And Kevin Durant is on the sidelines laughing, being down by 21 points. I didn't know what was funny. I don't know if somebody told a joke.
I'm saying,
I don't know. What do you feel about this Laker win? And what do you think? I mean, you at least act like you care. I mean, shit, cameras are everywhere. He got to know. He's Twitter fingers. He knows that he's going to get caught on camera. So what do you think? Okay, first of all, the Laker win. What do you think about the Lakers closing out Houston in 6? And then what do you think the future for Kevin Durant is?
I feel like the Lakers won. They got Brown on the court, and the Rockets don't have their star. So it's just, I think the Lakers are better than them at that point. I believe if Reeves would have played earlier in the series, it would have been tougher. It's a combination thing. I think Reeves is better than the rest of the players on the Lakers, but I think LeBron does a little better guiding lesser talent than guys who are talented with him. If that makes sense. Like guys like Marcus Smarts and Luke Kennards, and he can do more with them because you can just stand around and be where I want you. With Austin Reeves and Luka, he's kind of out of place. He's doing something he never done before. But it was a good win for the Lakers, though. And about KD laughing, I don't have no problem with it. I don't understand. Like, I'm still living in real life, and I'm still who I am. So why I gotta act sad? Like, okay, we losing a game. Okay, like it don't. It's not like I'm out here. It's not like I'm in the game playing. Oh, he toast out. But it's not like he's in the game playing the game. So I don't have like a problem. Like, oh, we're laughing. I gotta act mad and be dog face.
Hey. I'm not saying Donald. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he got to be like really upset. But it looked like you more like you down 21. You still had it. Wasn't like the game was over. You could have found ways to get back in it. But you know the camera is always present, and it might have not have been anything. But you know when you're a superstar, you cannot have that kind of behavior on the sideline. You know that.
I think that's the older way of thinking. I don't think that. People don't have to act like that. People don't have you don't have to act like that. Well, you can be who you're a superstar. Oh well, I can do what I want to do. I don't have to be programmed to be a certain way. And it doesn't really, if I lose this game, it doesn't really matter that much. I want to win it if I'm playing, but if I lose it, I mean, you still go home and be who you are in real life.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna continue on. That was a good segment, but this is the segment that I can't wait to get to because we got a lot of game 7 we're gonna talk about. So we got nothing but NBA coming up. But this particular situation, we got to talk about. We're gonna have to talk about this. If I can get this clip up here. Woo! The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Denver Nuggets 110-98 to close out the series at Minnesota. Soul on Sports.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to save my shit. We talking about a DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, the best player on their team, and Io didn't play, and Slow-Mo didn't play. Kyle Anderson didn't play. The Denver Nuggets were without Aaron Gordon, but they supposed to have the best player on the planet. They were held under 90 points 3 straight games. So talk to me about this loss. And why is it that we glance over this loss and what I've been saying about foreign-born players more directly to the Joker, it seemed like it's okay for them to lose this round. So talk to me.
It's not okay. I've heard since you made your comments before the playoffs started that he was going to lose. Of late, can you hear me? Donald, go come back.
Of
late, I've been hearing a lot of people say what you were saying, Jody, that this is not okay to lose in the first round to a lesser team. I mean, this team was down 3 double-digit scorers and lost this series. That's unacceptable at any level. So now he's catching the smoke now. There's no excuse. We all thought that, when Ant-Man, that guy went down, they're going to win this series. No, they lost. They got embarrassed. They actually barely won Game 5. Then Game 6, out all these players, and they went out there and got dominated on the road. And the Joker didn't show up. His point guard didn't show up. I think he already went back to Canada before this game. And what my man was saying for the Minnesota Timberwolves, McDaniels was saying, everybody on their team don't play defense. And he went out there and proved it. And their team is shitty. And next up, you already know what's going to happen. They're not going to get rid of the players. The head coach is going to get fired. They're going to fire the coach. He already got that job by mistake anyway. So they're going to bring some other guy in there and see if he can fix it. Because that's going to be the next step.
But it's just a bunch of bullshit because I watched First Take just to see what they were going to say about the Denver Nuggets. And it was almost like, I guess they did a press conference with the Joker and the Joker took responsibility and we went on to the next series. We didn't even talk about that. I think if this was anybody else, we'll be putting his feet to the fire, but the Joker should have won. It's no way that you lose. Now, this makes out of 9 years in the league, he has not made it out the second round, but one time in 9 years. But he's going to finish first or second in MVP voting. The last 6 years, you got 3 MVPs going to come in second this year. So we got 3 second-place finishes, and you got 1 championship to show and 1 second round that you gotten out of. Donald, talk to me about this loss, man. How embarrassing for the Nuggets is this being down 4 good players?
I think for the Nuggets it's bad. I mean, but I think the Joker only had like 1 bad game. They let I think Jaden McDaniels ball had a 30-point game. Anthony Edwards had a 30-point game. Ayo had a 30-point game. You know the common downer and those guys. They're perimeter guys. That's not even Joker's matchup. So I think it's more of a team thing. It's not like he's not performing. He didn't be hit. He had a bad game. I think it was like 2 or something where he actually didn't do anything. But like even like the closing game, like Jamal Murray played good at first, but then he turned into
Jamal Murray.
That one. He turned into that one. And you got to think that, and they're losing the game off point of attack things at the top of the key. You got, like I said, Jaden McDaniels is a perimeter player. Anthony Edwards is a perimeter player. AO is a perimeter player. These guys are the ones getting 30 and 40. So it comes down to a team thing. It's not like, so I don't put a knock on. I never put a knock on one player for losing a game. I never do, because you got to think, as productive as the Joker was in this series, was as productive as he was winning the championship. So it's not what you're doing.
And this is what I'm saying. This is what I think I need y'all to understand. I'm not saying the Joker, because once again they think I'm bashing the Joker. No, it's because when Westbrook was putting up these numbers and getting put out in the first round, oh my God, he's LeBrick, or he's not a good player, or he is the stat stuffer. We can go back and watch all the series that Russell Westbrook played at OKC and when he was with the Wizards, how he was putting up triple doubles. It wasn't his fault for them losing, but he was the guy getting shipped out of town when they did lose. Come on, can we talk about that? This guy averaged a triple double for 4 years. The Joker's done it. This is the second time he's done it. I seen games in the series like I've been calling for the last 2 years. The Joker looks to be out of gas. When he gets to the fourth quarter, he doesn't hit three-pointers because he doesn't have any lift in his legs. He's getting left wide open. Let's talk about the defense that Rudy Gobert played on him. This is finally a situation with Rudy Gobert. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it.
I can't believe this.
So my thing is, Donald, I understand it's a team game, but when you start talking about the best players of all time, you can't put the Joker up there with those guys when your team is not getting over the hump. Regardless if you play I don't care if you score 70, 80 points. If your team is losing, you're supposed to be the superstar, you have to find ways to win. And that's what guys did. You can rebuttal.
What great players of all time can't you put him up there with?
I can just go with centers. He's not better than Olajuwon. He's not better than Shaq. He's not better than David Robinson just yet. I'm not saying he can't be better. He's not better than Bill Russell. He's not better than Wilt Chamberlain. He's not better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's not better than me. He's not better than Moses Malone. I don't know why people be shitting on Moses Malone like he wasn't that shit. So I'm not saying the Joker's not good, but we catapulted him into a top 5. That's just at the center position.
So would you agree that Jamal Murray is as good as Kobe Bryant or Magic Johnson?
Absolutely not. What?
So now when it goes to the team aspect of you winning, you have better players playing with you and assistants. That's all I'm saying. The players around you mean you're only as great as your teammates allow you to be.
Hold on, Donald. Jamal Murray's better than Kenny Smith. He's better than Vernon Maxwell. He's better than Clyde Drexler at that point of his career. He was better than Otis Thorpe. He was better than Robert Horry. And these are all the players that was on the Rockets. He was better than Sam Cassell. So what are we talking?
You know my rebuttal for that is,
what's that?
The guys in the Western Conference, they had to go through. They had to wait till Jordan retired, and they played against guys like Charles Barkley. Nobody. You don't have to play against nobody.
What's wrong with Charles Barkley?
He's just not that great.
He's not that great. He's a 6'4" power forward that dominated the league.
And that's the problem.
How was that a problem?
If Charles Barkley is a top 5 player in your NBA got a problem.
No one said he was a top 5 player right now.
No, I'm saying. So he was a top 5 then, right?
How was that a problem? That nigga was a dog.
Hey, Donald, I love you to death, man. Charles Barkley was a monster, bro.
For when he played.
Yeah, I mean, but he was when he played in the league. He was that nigga, like, for real. Charles was
though.
Charles was a dog.
Man. I know you don't like Donald. I know you don't like Chuck because he talks shit about the young people, but that motherfucker was legit.
Honestly, I just look at his career and feel like I'm not saying he's not great. Like I put him in the Allen Iverson, James Harden class. Like, you're an all-time great player.
That's a good class to be in. I don't think he's mad about being in that class.
Yeah, I put him there.
Is he up there with the Kobe's and the Shaq?
No,
not at all.
No,
but yeah, that was I had to talk about that series, and we'll talk about more on what Denver needs to do going forward, because I think I heard they're trying to shop Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon already.
They got to. They
Hey,
got to.
they're going to fire the coach. I know somebody that can fix it. Doc Rivers. Bring Doc Rivers to the Mile High City, and he will get them out of the first round. Bring in the throat guy, Doc Rivers.
What I do think about sports, what a sports that I'm more educated on. What I do think about sports though too is, I think you got like a 3-4 ring and a window, and you got to win when you can because, like I said, the league comes in waves. And I think what the Nuggets doing, people figured it out that quick. But it's like that with any team, like with football or basketball. Like you got a couple year window. If you don't get it done in a couple years, you got to revamp. You got to revamp everything you're doing. And I think the Nuggets is trying to run a system that was cool 2, 3, 4 years ago when they won it, but it's kind of over with.
But they didn't have any wing defenders that worked it down. I mean, they were just seeking out Jamal Murray. They were just said, "Who's on Jamal Murray? Come on over here."
And then you come out and go 4 for 17.
I'm saying
you can't get cooked. You can't get cooked
and not do anything. Yeah,
and not do anything.
You a liability now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Donald's absolutely right. Look at how we thought Milwaukee was about to go on this run and be the dominant team in the NBA. And like Donald said, everybody caught up with Milwaukee. Everybody done caught up with Denver. So let's see if people can catch up with OKC Thunder. Jason said, "Yuck, you better not bring in no Doc." He's doing,
Doc
Jason
Rivers.
Jason calling Glenn. What's up to my man King Minks? He said, "What's up? Good. What's good to my guys? Come to support the show as always, man. Our guy all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, in the building. Our man King Minks was good. Hey, but let's talk more about the most embarrassing game I think I ever witnessed in my whole entire life. Was this fucking game right here. This was the most embarrassing game I ever seen. As soon as I can get it to show up, what's going on? Show up. There it is. The most embarrassing game. The Knicks absolutely destroyed the Hawks 140-89 to close out the series in 6 games. So they actually did a concert, and I'm like, why the fuck are y'all doing a concert being down on all these goddamn points? I mean, at one point in time, I think it was 72-22, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I remember coaching and playing a local school called Jefferson. My team was beating them, so that looked like a JV game out there. So talk to me about the Knicks just putting belt to ass, and put them to bed quite early, man.
And the NBA's got these new rules now for tanking. I don't know if it's gonna work, but they're trying some new stuff out for trying to fix the lottery. They should have just had a mercy rule in this game. I mean, you down by 50 points at halftime, it's a wrap. I mean, I'm not surprised that Atlanta team gets embarrassed. I remember Atlanta football team, they blew the biggest lead in Super Bowl history. So this is just what they do in Atlanta. They party, they go to strip clubs. I don't know if there was a lemon pepper sauce on the ball when they had it. They didn't get shit done in this basketball game. To show up or not show up in a big game like this at home, it's embarrassing, man. Imagine the people sitting courtside spending all their goddamn money to watch your team play, and they don't even show up. One thing to lose, but you don't even show up. That's embarrassing.
You see Boosie Badass falling out. Jalen Brunson had to help him up. Real quick, Kathy said, need I remind you that Larry Bird took the worst team in the NBA to be the best team in the NBA. That's very true. Because I think it was 79. The Celtics wasn't that good when Larry Bird got there. King Mink said they got beat so bad that Magic City was like, no Hawks players are allowed. And then Jason and Happy Lefty said they should have had a turned on the running clock like they did in football.
Yeah.
Donald, man, talk to me about this one. I know my man Jay Kane, the chef, is rejoicing because it was a little scary. We didn't know that the Knicks was going to win this series. Remember, they were down one game to 2. The Hawks had a lead. Donald, man, how embarrassing on a level of 1 to 10? How embarrassing was that loss by the Hawks?
13. I just don't fit. You're at home. You don't show up. You flat out quit. Now another thing too. When I was watching the game, and I seen Mikal Bridges pull up for 2 fast break threes, and they win it. I said, "Oh yeah, it's nothing they can do. It's nothing they can do to win this game." But it was like embarrassing because what I do know is NBA players, y'all not that far apart in ability for somebody to beat you like that. So when a person get beat like that by 50 points, it's usually some type of quitting there.
I gotta agree because I was so disappointed watching the game because it's like you didn't even use your. I don't know if they used all their timeouts in the first quarter. It didn't even matter. The guys looked like they were ready to go to Cancun after the first 4 minutes of the game. Like the first 4 minutes of the game when Anunoby, like you said. Remember, I told you. I said if they get anything out of Mikal Bridges, they're going to be just fine. And they got a ton out of Mikal. He scored 24 points in this game. Anunoby he didn't miss a shot. I'm like, and the cat wasn't soft. The cat was rather hard, and he had a triple-double. You don't like hard cat, you like soft cat. But, man, for real, man, the Knicks, man, this is sad because now I think the Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference. I really do. I don't think, and we'll get to the other games and why I say that. I think the Knicks are the cream of the crop in the Eastern Conference. So all this stuff I was saying about Mike Brown, he potentially could get fired. Stephen A. Smith going off on him. A lot of people jumping off the New York bandwagon, and they come out to beat the shit out of the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks should not be allowed to play another basketball game in the playoffs as long as I live, because I don't want to see that shit. 51 fucking points at home, and then you got the fighting this shit. You got the you got the throwing elbows at Mitchell Robertson and getting ejected. I know that was the best thing. Dyson Daniels did the best thing you could possibly do. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna get ejected because I'm getting my ass whipped.
I'm out of here.
Let me hit the showers early. King Mean said, "You think Trae Young was somewhere laughing and smiling?" Absolutely. He's the New York killer. I don't want to use that term.
Hey, Joe, let's not praise the Knicks too soon. We're still talking about the Knicks. Just slow down. They still got a chance to shit the bed. I hope they don't. I would like to see the Knicks go to the championship. They've been there a long time. They're the 3 seed.
So they'll play. They probably win the next round. They'll beat either.
No, they're playing Boston or Philly.
Right.
I think the Knicks lose either one of them.
But this is the crazy thing about, like I said, the Eastern Conference is that bad. The Eastern Conference is that bad. They look like I watched a lot of Eastern Conference games, and I saw a lot of bad basketball. And we'll get to it. Let's keep it moving. This is one of the games I think was bad basketball, and this is a game the Raptors, who I thought was going to get swept, have forced a Game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, winning 112-110 in overtime. RJ Barrett, the booty bandit. RJ Barrett hit a similar shot that your boy Kawhi Leonard hit to beat the 76ers and Joel Embiid when they went on to win the championship. I don't know if it's an omen or not. Donald, what did you think about this game? And James Harden going to Game 7 has to make you a little paranoid.
Hey, James Harden in Game 7, it's because I'm telling you, it's over. And then Donovan Mitchell, he is. Shit in the bit, but he's just not a number. Like I've been saying, he's not a number one option on the championship team. He cool, but he just not that. You know what I'm saying? And then so now I think, are you gonna ask Harden to be the lead guy, which we know how that's probably gonna go in 7, or is Mitchell gonna come or is Mitchell gonna come out and play? It's just I just don't like what they getting out of Donovan Mitchell. Because my thing is everybody's supposed to be complimentary to you. Because we always blame the star and Donovan Mitchell just out there. Let's last like 3 games? Because he got one thing about him. The beginning of the series, he go from Michael Jordan to Michael Blackson. he got the beginning.
I cannot get jiggy with this shit.
The beginning of the series, he's all world. In the last 3 games, it's like, what are you doing? So,
I'm just a bitch ass nigga. What do you say?
Although I do think the Cavs will win Game 7, but I don't know. I just don't like the performance. And then they don't even got Brandon Ingram. So
the Cavs are not a good team. I told you their bench is fucking horrible, but the Toronto is not a good team either. So what did you think about this one? Great win. The booty band. RJ Barrett hit a difficult shot to end the game. Bounced up all the way over the top of the backboard to go in. That's the luckiest shit you can ever do. But, man, talk to me. What did you think about this, man?
Oh, you saying RJ Barrett had some nice rim action yesterday. What you saying? He hit the back of the rim yesterday. Hit the back of the rim. Hey, Jody, Donald. They're getting this done with no dick. No dick is even present. And they are pleasing their fans with no dick. Imagine that. It's going down in Toronto. The Raptors are showing up. They got 2 lucky wins. Let's be real. They got 2 lucky wins this series. This series should not go 7. I'm with you guys. I do not like I almost said I don't like the Cavaliers roster. I don't really think it's set for a championship, but I do think they'll dominate in Game 7 and get eliminated the next round. But I think they'll probably win Game 7 by at least 20 points at home.
Hey, King Ming said the Cavs lose Game 7. He said he went from Michael Blackson to Harold Miner.
Harold Miner.
This is my thing, man. I really thought when the Cavs came out in the first 2 games, I thought that Toronto had 0 chance. So I got to eat crow on that. I thought they were going to get swept. Nobody swept anybody in the Eastern Conference. Actually, the Knicks were the only team that has already advanced in the Eastern Conference, and they had to take it to 6 games. But I just think Donovan Mitchell has to play. James Harden. I was listening to one of our counterparts, the extra point with my man Paul and T Sizzle, and he brought up a stat. He said that James Harden had 12 turnovers in a Game 7 when he played with the Houston Rockets. He had another game where he had 10 points and 6 turnovers. He was just running off his resume in the Game 7s. And James Harden is supposed to be a superstar player that doesn't play superstar basketball when the lights are the brightest. But this game right here, this is the game that I thought that the Cavaliers should have won, and they didn't. They should have closed them out in 6. And I got a strong belief that I don't think that Cleveland wins Game 7. I think Toronto finds a way to win. Rather, it seemed like they played better without Brandon Ingram in the lineup. It's sad to say that when you got a guy that can score 20 points a game, you say they play better. But nevertheless, man, I got Toronto closing the series out in 7. I feel bad that I said they were going to get swept because you look at the best player in Donovan Mitchell. He should have been dominating the series, and you go back and look at their best player, Scotty Barnes. I told y'all before the series started, we're going to know who Scotty Barnes' name is after this playoff series. So, I don't know, man. It's a lot of bad basketball being played up there, too. Kathy said Larry Bird did it in the first he said the first over the backboard shot. I don't know if he was the first over the back. I don't think he was the first person ever.
Dwight Anderson.
Dwight Anderson did it, but I don't think that was the first time it ever been done.
I was doing that shit when I was playing horse as a kid. Damn Larry Bird. Before Larry Bird, baby. Damn, ain't that old. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Steve Meek said it takes Mitchell and Mobley to win. They have to have a great game in order for them to win, and I just don't see them having that great game. But let's talk about, man, I think this was the biggest choke job since I seen Vanessa Del Rio the first time.
Ooh, that's old school. That's before they start shaving everything.
Hey, that's when I seen somebody choke like that. The Pistons.
Donald said, "What the fuck?"
I don't know who Vanessa Del Rio is. Donald, Google it. Just don't Google it in front of nobody.
Use somebody else's computer.
Yeah. You might get a virus.
Erase your cookies.
Donald, this was crazy work. I was watching this game, and I thought Orlando was just going to walk their way to the semifinal round to face whoever they're going to play in the second round, which would be Cleveland or Toronto. They had a 22-point lead. These motherfuckers scored 19 points in the second half. 19 points in the second half. Detroit didn't even look good because Detroit didn't look good. But when you in the fourth quarter, you're 1 for 20 shooting. 1 for 20 shooting. Donald, talk to me about this shit right here, man.
That was crazy. I turned the game off and start watching the other game. And you look up, you know how they show the other score in the corner of the screen. I'm like, huh? So, but 1 for 20 shooting is just terrible offense. But the Magic have had spells the whole year where their offense gets terrible. But not that bad. I didn't actually watch it. Like I said, I was watching the other game to see how it was going to give a fair assessment of it. But they're going to get blown out in Game 7, and that's just what it is. But I feel like they blew it. It was up 20 points at home, and then you lose the game. And like Soul said, just go on and go to Disney and cancel the game.
King Mink said, "How did the Magic blow the game? Period. They was up 22 points in the second half." And I told y'all, Pablo had a 45-point game last game, and so did Cade Cunningham. They both went for 45. And then Pablo turned back into who I thought he was. He turned back to who I thought he was.
And then mid-range.
He's not a superstar. And now they didn't have Fran Wagner. I will say that. But you're not supposed to lose a 22-point lead at home. So talk to me. How did you feel about this game being up by 22 and losing by 14?
Well, a lot of great players. I'm not saying he's great, but a lot of great players, teams blow leads. So he's just another one of those players that team blew a big lead. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school, Jody. I just why are we shooting 3-pointers like we're trying to catch up? I mean, motherfucker, we up 20 something. What are we doing? I don't know. I don't know if they got caught up in the crowd. The fans were really into the game, but to blow a lead like this, and then when they got close, when they got to like 10, that's when the shrinkage started showing up. Like, oh shit, that buttholes got tight when they got down to like 10 points, man. But I was getting ready to say before, when they had the big lead, man, Detroit's the worst 1 seed in NBA history. Yeah. And now I can't say that, even though they still really are. They just got lucky that Orlando stopped playing basketball. I don't know if they put some saran wrap over the rim. The ball was just not going in the rim. It was fucking terrible. But the Detroit deserves a home game. They're going to probably embarrass them. It's going to get ugly, I think, real quick in this basketball game. But Detroit won because the Magic stopped playing. Not that Detroit played well. They just stopped playing, and Detroit was the victor.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this is where you got a 6'10", 250-pound player that don't know how to fucking post up. Because this is, and I know, Donald, I know the game changed. I know the game is more perimeter-driven, 3 points. But when you go on 1 for 20, you got to have a guy that can get you a bucket in the paint. And Pablo Ventura should have been able to get buckets in the paint. Wendell Carter was running around. This motherfucker didn't even have a rebound. I don't think he got a rebound to the fourth quarter. Wendell Carter had, I think he didn't get a rebound to the fourth. How are you not getting no rebound? It was a lot of missed shots. It was a ton of opportunities to get rebounds. I think he had 1 rebound in the fourth quarter. But anyway, I know he didn't have none up to that point because I had him on my parlay. That's why I'm upset with it. But I look at it like this. This is where you got a 6'10", 250-pound guy that couldn't even get a bucket in the paint. That's why you went 1 for 20. Because when the 3-pointers are not falling, I don't have no problem with y'all shooting 3-pointers. But when you need a bucket, this is where you need a back-to-the-basket guy. Pretty much every team has a guy like that a championship caliber team. Jason Tatum can get you a back-to-the-basket bucket. Joel Embiid, Joker if necessary, Chet if necessary. And the list goes on. If you need a back-to-the-back in Orlando, I was ready to say that Pablo. I was like, oh well, maybe I was miscalculating him. No, I was actually accurate on him. He's a good player, not a great player, and I think he has plateaued. I don't know if he can get any better. He's gonna have to show me something. And Detroit is going to fucking embarrass them because Cade Cunningham, I think, is gonna have another 40 ball, and I think Cade Cunningham is showing that he's the best player in this series by far. It's not even close. So
Joey, how do you say Banchero? I can't even say the dude's name. Can't get any better as young as he is. He's just he's super young. I think this is his second time in the playoffs. I just can't say that I can't say that he's not going to get. The dude just had 45 points the game before that. He had an off game. I mean, the whole team played like shit. It wasn't just him. I just can't say. People have been shitting on this kid. People don't give him credit when they had a great game, but people wait to shit on him when he has a bad game. I don't like that.
Let me tell you why I said I didn't say he wasn't good because I was one of the guys that said he was going to be all NBA this year. I said he can't. I think he has plateaued just like Zion Williamson has plateaued.
Like he plays though.
Yeah, he does. But what I'm saying is not saying that him giving you 20, 22 points a game is not good basketball, but to him to win a championship, to be a championship caliber player without getting another player down there to complimenting, I don't think he can do that. And I know everybody needs complimentary players. Let's put that out there. But what I'm saying is I think that when you needed a bucket, you can't go 1 for 20, man. Like you can't go 1 for 20 and you got a guy that's supposed to be the next up. That's all I'm saying. Can he get better? No, I think this is him being as good as he is not bad though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. Not just you, Joe. I'm not saying you was just shitting on the guy. I'm saying I've heard a lot of people lately say this kid, he's not any good. He's just an average ball player. This motherfucker's legit. He needs some help. Yes, he does. Who was their second best player?
Fred Wagner.
And he's just okay.
Desmond Bain.
They need some more help.
I think Banchero's a good player. I just think his style of play is kind of need to switch up a little bit. Just the area he plays in. You know, I'm like highly against that area that he plays in that stalls the offense. But he can get, but he's good though. And he had to, and the thing is, like you said, he plays unlike Zion. Well, Zion actually was playing this year, but he plays.
It don't seem like it.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a coincidence, and this is a coincidence. Oh, people don't, they don't remember it, but you know this Darren Peterson stuff, right? He said he'd be cramping up.
Yeah.
Remember, Paulo didn't. He had full body cramps. He didn't play either. But like you said, once you get that next level of certain stuff, you don't that stuff go away. He ain't cramped up.
Who body was cramping up?
Paulo Ventura when he was at Duke, he didn't play a lot of times.
Yeah.
But Donald, the reason why he had a rare sweat disorder where he was losing like 7 pounds a game. Remember that?
Yeah, but so did they get rid of it when he got to the league?
I think they
missed the game from his sense.
No, because I think they had some type of They had like some Pedialyte, some special Pedialyte he was drinking that maybe they didn't have at Duke, and now they got more studies on it. Because nobody had ever heard of a player losing fucking 7 pounds of sweat in a game.
7 pounds?
A game. He was losing 7 pounds.
Like the Will Smith movie, 7 pounds?
Yes.
God damn.
He was 6 and 7 pounds per game. I'm dead shit. Look
Joey, I could use that little disease when I go to the gym.
That's what I was going to say. I need something right now. Right. He'll lose the 7. I said he'll lose the 7 pounds, and then his body will cramp up real bad because everything coming out of him wasn't hydrated. It was something crazy.
Pickle juice.
They tried something, but Jason Happy Lefty said they need to find a coach to unleash his skill set. He said Mosley's a great defensive coach, but his offense mindset stinks to high heaven.
Mosley a good
Jason,
coach.
You could be right, but to me, like I said, I like Ventura. I told you I thought he's an All NBA guy. I think he'd still be a third team All NBA guy, but I think he's a number 2. Cade Cunningham showed you he a number 1. Cade Cunningham, he's a fucking bona fide fucking number 1 in this league. Ventura, who has gotten the lead before him, and this is his 3rd playoff appearance. This ain't his 2nd. This is his 3rd playoff appearance. So let's see if he gets better. I don't think he will. I think he's going to be an All-Star. He's going to be a multi-year All-Star. He's going to be an 8 or 9 time All-Star. But we see he's like, he remind me how Blake Griffin plateaued. That's what he remind me of. He reminded me when Blake Griffin was good, but he was never great.
Okay, that's a good comparison.
I can see that.
I like that, Joey.
So I mean, I ain't sitting on him. I'm just doing my job as an analyst to observe his game and see what I see and try to look a couple steps into the future, because I don't think he's gonna ever be a great 3-point shooter. And like Donald said, that's where this game is moving to. So if he has to be out there and he has to shoot 10 3-pointers a game, he's only gonna make 2.
10 is a lot.
It's not good, man.
10 is a lot of threes to shoot in the game. Whew.
That shit, this guy's shooting 15 3-pointers.
I know. That's a lot, man. Too many, if you ask me.
Jason said Pablo's the new A's Danny Manning. Oh, damn.
Goddamn, he ain't that bad.
He ain't that bad. But let's talk about the only game today, Game 7. Nobody would have thought. I know I wouldn't have thought that this was going to happen. I thought the Celtics had this series signed, sealed, and fucking delivered. And here come Joel Embiid, all of a sudden, healthy as a horse. And when he's in the lineup, everybody else seemed to play better. It looked like Paul George looked like the Paul George of any of the Pacers and shit.
Paul George, bad boy.
And the entire Mad Max, we got to start giving that man his. I did some independent research on him. That motherfucker, Mad Max is different, man. I'm really looking at his game. Mad Max is as good as anybody in this league at the guard position. Soul on Sports, man. Talk to me about Game 7 in the Boston. It ain't the Boston Garden like it used to be, where they turned the heat off. I mean, turn the air off on them. You remember how they used to do that?
Yeah.
But talk to me about this one game. This is a Game 7 that we didn't think that we wanted, but we got it.
We all been saying for years that Joel Embiid, if he's healthy, which is always a big if for this guy, he's easily the most talented big in the league. He's a modern day Elijah one with a 3-pointer. If he can stay healthy, he just cannot stay healthy. But he's out. He's been playing the last couple of games, improving what he could do. I just don't trust. I don't know if I don't trust him. The Celtics, it seems like they like extending series. I don't know what it is with them. It seems like when they're up, they get bored and they let the team back in. But they're in trouble today. They really are. I don't know if Philly's going to win, but I wouldn't bet against it. I mean, the Boston Celtics, they're another team that shoots a lot of threes. And when their threes are not falling, they're not the same basketball team. Jason Tatum drops to the basket from time to time, but they depend on that 3-point shot a lot. And that's been an issue for them this series. But I still think they'll find a way to win since they're playing at home. But if they let Joel Embiid get running downhill on them, they might have a problem.
Who you got?
I'm going to go Celtics for a close win.
Okay. Donald, what do you think? Game 7. We thought this was series over. The Celtics are 3-1. We like, it's over. It's over. It's not over, Donald. Game 7. Boston. Who you got?
In Boston. I'm going to give Boston a point for that. But as I'm watching these games, Jason Tatum is fat and he can't move. So he's not the Jason Tatum used to. He'll have his flashes because he's that good of a player. But coming off that Achilles, he probably won't be where he's supposed to be and probably till All-Star game next year. Where 100% where you tore your Achilles, you know that it takes to get to. It's a 2-year injury for real. So with him being fat and can't move, it's like he's playing power forward, all the way kind of playing power forward. And I'm telling you, if you watch these games possession by possession, Paul George is better than Jaylen Brown. He's been better than him. He's always been better than him. His skill set, if you watch him, he's defending him well, and he can do everything better than him on offense. If you watch this, Paul George is better. He's been better than him. It's just, people say he's the GOAT, and that'd be a stretch. But Paul George is really that good at basketball. You know what I'm saying? When he's playing. And I remember a couple months ago, I said if, and it's the biggest if. I'm like, the Sixers going to the championship.
You did say that.
If they can stay, but that's like the biggest if they can play. But I really think Embiid, I know there's some younger bias. I think Embiid is like the most, when he's playing, probably the most skilled 7-footer that we've probably ever seen. I think he's really
Except for Wemby.
Nah, I think he got more skills than Wemby. I think Wemby got 3 more inches on him. Paul.
Whoa. Are you saying that Wemby can finish on Embiid?
Jason, come get your nephew, man.
Whoa.
Whoa. It's like a thing where okay, that was crazy. But you
said that shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know how good we feel like. I feel like Durant isn't, but I don't think he's more skilled than guys. I think he's just 5 or 6 inches taller than to be doing the things that he shouldn't be doing.
Okay, I give you that.
So I think Embiid has more skills, but if you're taller, then you don't have to be as skilled because of your physique allows you to do things that another person can't do. So, but I think Embiid is that good when he plays, and I honestly think. But what I do think is Derek White. I don't know what he's doing. He's not as good as Maxey anyway, but he's playing really bad. But I do think at those two, you got Wemby and Paul George can offset right now Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And I think they don't have an answer for Maxey. I think that third man gets it done. Like you said, the stars are only as good as the other players allow you to be. And I think the Sixers gonna win today.
Okay. Jason said Maxey is different. He said also they said that's not a slight. He said Manny was with the Clips was great. He was pretty good with the Clippers. Talking about Danny Manning. This is my thing. I never thought I would say this, and I think this is one of the most underrated coaches is Nick Nurse. He does have a championship. People forget that. He's coaching circles around Missoula the last 2 games. And people are like, what are you talking about, Jody? When you see Embiid is fucking absolutely dominating and nobody's running nobody at him. They're letting what's the guy they got the what's the name and Kada, they letting these guys go 1-on-1 with Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid is smoking them almost every fucking possession. Why are you not running nobody at getting the ball out of Embiid's hand early in the shot clock and making somebody else? Because Escom has not been playing that great since game 2. I would make a guy like Escom beating him. I wouldn't let I'll get the ball out of Maxey and Embiid and Paul George's hands, and I will make everybody else. I will make guys like Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre has not shot the ball well in the series, yet and still Oubre is affecting this series at a high clip because of his defensive prowess on the other end. I'm gonna make Escom and Kelly Oubre beat me, and I'm seeing Missoula, who normally is a mastermind on the defensive end. His rotations are bad. The rotations are bad. They go on 1-on-1 with Embiid. Embiid is getting any shot he wants at any time, at any point on the court. He's not settling for the 3-point shot. So when he stops settling for the 3-point shot, start going in the paint, getting in that mid-range, and they let him go 1-on-1, I've never seen Missoula get out coached like he's getting out coached right now. Nick Nurse is going to work on him, And then not to mention, Maxey's getting, like Donald said, getting whatever shot he wants. I'm going to make the rookie beat me. Or for sure, I'm going to leave Kelly Oubre open until he can make some shots. He's going to have to prove to me he can hit some shots. And on the other side with the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, he didn't even play the fourth quarter because he re-aggravated the injury. But this is what I'm seeing out of Boston. Donald, you're right. Derek White is playing like dog shit. He's playing like fucking dog shit. And your boy Pritchard had that one good game, and he ain't played good either. Like, we talking that shit. Pritchard ain't played good either. If we want to be real, the most consistent player is Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown looked like he's taking a back seat to Jason Tatum since he's been back. I don't see the aggressive Jaylen Brown. I don't see the Jaylen Brown that was an MVP candidate early in this year. And I think it's because we know that Jason Tatum is a lead dog on his team. And I want people to quit splitting hairs and saying this guy's better. They need each other. And Jaylen Brown is sitting back and letting Jason Tatum do a lot of the work. And I think that's what's affecting the last two games. So, but I still got Boston at home. If it was in Philly, I would go with them. But I got Boston at home. I think they find a way to win.
Speaking of splitting the hairs, hopefully the coach from the Celtics gets an edge up before the game. This brother hair is fucking terrible. Bro, he just to be letting this shit just grow. He just don't even give a fuck. I mean, come on, bro. It's trying to edge up the lawn. This brother hair be all over the place. Hopefully he gets an edge up before the game.
Hey, Ray,
show up.
We're going to send Ray out there, man, and get him tight. Because how the hell you don't have no edges right here, bro? Like, you ain't even 40 years old, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, Jody, I think sometimes I'm not going to bring that up. But he's a great coach. We'll see what happens today.
He better. I guarantee you, they better run. They better run early in the shot clock when Embiid getting that ball with 18 seconds in the shot clock. You better run somebody at him and get that ball out of his hands. Because if you don't, he's backing those guys down. And the dude, what's the other center name? Can't remember now. I just said it. The black dude, 88. Kata averaged 6 fouls a fucking game. He can't.
He's out there to foul, baby. That's what he's out there for.
That's crazy, man. But we're getting a lot of comments coming through the queue, man. Appreciate the love, man. Kathy said, I love the good 1970s afro. Shit, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got to have good hair for that, though. But we got some other game sevens. Another game 7 that's going to be on. I believe this is tomorrow. You got the Raptors and the Cavs. We just talked about this, Donald. Talk to me. Who wins game 7 in Cleveland tomorrow?
I think the Cavs win game 7. I think the Raptors will need Ingram at the end of the day. I think he's their best. Barnes might be a little bit, but I think Ingram is their best individual just score. And sometimes, like especially on the road, you need your one-on-one guy to get a bucket. I think he's the best ISO scorer. And he's just, even if he's not, he's just another weapon that they're going to need on the road. And I think that Donovan Mitchell is good enough to get it done. He disappears. I don't know. But I got no expectations for James Harden. But I do think Donovan Mitchell and probably Mobley are good enough to get it done. So I think the Cavs will win game 7 at home, but I don't think it'll be easy.
Okay. So what do you think about it? Who you got in game 7?
I don't think a road team has won a game in this series. Am I right? I think it's been everyone's been protecting the home court. I expect that to continue, and I think Cavaliers to take care of business in game 7.
Hold on. So how scared are you of James Harden in game 7 in this one, though?
I think he's going to play well. I expect him to put up 20 and 10. Hopefully he don't have 25 turnovers, but I think he'll play well in this basketball game.
This is why I'm scared, because even before this game 7, and even before his history of bad game 7s, at one point in time, James Harden had 29 assists and 29 turnovers at one point in time in this series. And that's a 1-to-1. Donald, you played the point guard position. You would have got benched at Trotwood with those fucking numbers.
I would. I just think that he's not. The reason I'm not as scared for James Harden right now, because I don't think that it's understood that this is Donovan Mitchell's team. Now, when it's James Harden's team and you're counting on him not to let you down, I think that's a different story, because it's not all the way on him. It's like, okay, Mitchell's the guy. So I don't know. I think it'd be different, and I just don't think the Raptors are like that good to force the envelope to beat them. But they could, though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, Jody, if the Cavaliers lose in the first round, the Rockets already lost. So does James Harden and Kevin Durant find another team and go hook up together again.
They can go to Sacramento and get back with Russell Westbrook and just have a fucking bar mitzvah out there.
Oh, they're gonna wait on the new Seattle team and go back up there. What the fuck they gonna do, man?
Nah, they can go to Sacramento. Russell already there. They got cap space, and they can find out where Serge Ibaka ass is at and bring his ass back.
Serge Ibaka.
I was thinking this. I was thinking the oldies is gonna get. I think the oldies gonna get together.
Who's that?
Bron, Curry, and Durant.
Ooh, that could be fun for 1 year at least.
And Golden State.
Probably in Golden State. I just think that we done done everything else to make basketball a circus for themselves. Like, why not try something else and just do it?
Okay.
All right. Never know.
Last game 7, Magic and Pistons. So who do you got in this matchup? Because if it's anything like the last game, I'm gonna fucking pluck my eyes out because that was just bad basketball on both sides. Who you got in this game 7?
The 8 seed Orlando Magic blew their chances to win this series when they blew that big lead in game 6. So Detroit, I think they embarrassed them. Detroit gets a big lead in this game, and I don't think they really give that up. I think Detroit wins easily.
Okay. Donald, who you got in game 7 in Detroit with the Magic coming off a debacle of a 22-point lead in the second half to lose by 14? That's even crazier work. Who you got in this one?
I got the Pistons in a blowout, 21 past the sticks.
I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna make this a threesome. I do think that Detroit gives them the business. I don't know if it's gonna be a 21 point. I think that it's gonna be a struggle and then down the line, I think we'll see that Orlando can't shoot the 3-point shot outside of Desmond Bain, and I think they end up losing by like maybe 10, 11 points. But I think Detroit and Cade Cunningham, I'm looking for Cade Cunningham to have a 35 to 40 point game in this one. So I agree. But before we get off an NBA topic, I got one question that I think my nephew had brought up, but I'm gonna bring it to the light. I'm gonna bring it to the light if I could. Let me get that off the screen. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna ask you first, Donald. Do you think that SGA is a top 5 point guard all time right now?
Yes.
And who give me what order?
Magic, Steph, Oscar, SGA, and Jason Kidd.
So you got Isaiah. You forget about him?
Oh no! My bad. Damn, I love J Kidd, man. But I gotta have Isaiah third. I'm tripping. Because I like Isaiah more than Magic personally, but that's just my personal opinion. But I would say Magic was great or whatever. But I'm gonna go Magic 1, Steph 2, Isaiah 3, SGA 4, Oscar, and I got a 3-way tie for 5. Oscar, Kidd, and Westbrook.
So I see that you left out John Stockton and Chris Paul out of this mix. You don't think those guys should be in the top 5?
Nah. I just don't think they that good. I mean, they cool. I just don't think they up there. And then with Westbrook is number 1 statistics wise on point guards. So only fight Stockton will have is the assist and steals, which would be statistics. But Westbrook is greater overall than statistics, so that will bump him out. SGA, he was 4-time All NBA, 4-time All NBA, MVP, maybe 2-time MVP coming up, Finals MVP, championship. So that shoots him way past a lot of those guys.
I'm before I get this I got one more. You left out the logo, Jerry West.
No, I don't. I'll be honest. I discredit anything that old.
Okay.
Wow.
Because the Finals MVP, and this was
because they told me.
No, this was in the 70s though. He played in the 70s.
Right, I understand that. But they told me that once they told me like everything like 60s and 70s and all that stuff. When they told me that Michael was greater than Bill Russell, and they be talking about this winning stuff, and I feel like it was no way he could compare to him in winning. But when he was greater than him, I feel like a lot of the winning went out the window, and or everything from that far back didn't count.
I mean, that's a debate, but that I don't think that's what they're saying. I think Russell played. First of all, it's 8 teams in the league, and they had like 10 Hall of Famers on one team. Like, go back. Boston had a ton of fucking Hall of Famers on one team. No other team had more than 2 All-Stars. They had 10.
But they won it. But they won it, and you're only as great as your teammates allow you to be.
Yeah, but if you got all the best players, you're gonna. That's like in the City League. Dunbar got all the best players. They beat up on everybody else until teams get more better players, and that's what happens.
That's like the Bulls, in my opinion, having 2 of the best 5 players in the league. It's the same thing. The Bulls had the best players.
Okay. So, do you think that SGA is a top 5 point guard all time already?
No, he's too young in his career. He got so much basketball left. I would say that not yet, but he could potentially be that if he keeps playing the way he's playing. But no, he's not. He's not top 5 all time right now. The kid ain't been in the league that long. How long he been in the league? About 6 years, maybe.
No, 8-9 years.
8-9 years. He about the same time he got in the league. Because remember,
but he wasn't starting when he first got left. Was he? Right. Was he coming off the bench? Well, I don't think he's even played that much.
Clippers, he was coming off the bench, but
I don't think he's top 5 yet. I'm not saying he won't be at the end of his career, but not right now.
Can I add something to rebuttal that a little bit?
Yes, sir.
So you have to do something for a certain amount of time, right? To be great or whatever the case. Mm. But when you do it for an extended amount of time, it stopped being as valuable. The weight stopped holding. Like what's the cutoff for longevity? Like, or you got to do it for this long, but if you do it for double that amount of time, it don't kind of count no more.
I don't know if there's an actual cutoff date. I mean, just like if you get a divorce, how long would it be before you start dating again? It depends on if you find you on a new love.
if you got a divorce,
I hope my wife ain't listening. Hope you find your new love. You just it's time to move on. I found my new soulmate.
If you got divorced, you was probably already dating.
That's crazy work.
But this the thing. I just said that because. Like with this, like a lot of times when I say because I look at greatness as your accomplishments and certain stuff. SGA has the accomplishments over people who played way longer than him. But they say he hasn't done it that long. But now if longevity matters, it's no way Bron is not the best because his longevity is so much further. But then a lot of times they say he only done it because he played that long. Like what's the cutoff for the amount of time that it matters?
I don't have no cutoff. But real quick, King Mink said, "Down, Donald, don't like the old head plumbers and painters and carpenters from the 50s to the 70s players." Then he also said SGA is the top player on getting the foul calls of all time.
Free throw merch.
What's crazy is that's not even like true. A lot of guys go to the line more than him, but that's another topic.
Not this year. He went to the line 500 more times than the next person. That was Luka Doncic.
No, I'm saying players of all time. Like a lot of players went to the line more than him. So that's just another knock on Luka.
So I'm gonna disagree with you, and I'm gonna agree with that. I think SGA right now is a top 5 point guard of all time.
Who will he pass in, Jody?
Huh?
Who will he pass?
So right now, I'm gonna give you my list. I got Magic number 1 for sure. Steph Curry number 2. Isaiah 3, but he's creeping up on Isaiah. Then I got SGA. I got him over Oscar Robertson. I don't have Westbrook as high on my list as he does. And he did pass Jason Kidd in my opinion. I love Jason Kidd. He passed Jason Kidd. He also passed John Stockton in my opinion because we've seen this guy out of all these point guards that we named. He means so much to Oklahoma City, and he's done it multiple years. MVP, about to be a 2-time MVP. The guy is getting better every year. He's getting better, even though I don't think he should have won the MVP. I think the Joker should have won it, but I think the Joker should have actually won that one. But honestly, man, I think SGA, we got to start giving respect. We can't not give props because we want to be like, well, John Stockton was great. Chris Paul was great. And I'm looking at complete ability. This guy can score the ball, and he's still giving you over 5 or 6 assists a game. He's leading the lead in scoring, and then turn around and give you 5 or 6 assists a game. That he's scoring more points than when Steph Curry was leading the league in scoring, or when Steph Curry was giving you 29 and 30. He's averaging more points than Steph Curry and averaging more assists than Steph Curry during that run. So I just think that right now you got to give props to SGA. I know a lot of people want to say he need more basketball, but sometimes I can see it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get to where he actually did it, then be like, oh, he's great. No, I'm one of those people like Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is the best ever. And people are like, well, he ain't done playing. I think he's the best ever. I'm telling y'all now, I don't want nobody here in 10 years when y'all finally see that he's the best. I'm telling y'all now, I believe he's the best player ever. And I got SGA. SGA is really creeping up fast on Isaiah Thomas for that third spot.
Hey, I got to ask Donald a question. Donald, we talk a lot about old school and new school on this show. What's your thoughts on SGA's game? He doesn't play a modern type game of basketball. He shoots a lot of mid-range jumpers, gets to the free throw line a lot. How does this game work in the league, but a lot of other players doesn't?
No, free throws. His main thing is getting he shoot mid-range, but he shoot a lot of layup. The free throws offsets the numbers of the three-point shots.
Because he don't really shoot a lot of threes a game.
No, you know what's crazy? When listen, he wasn't at first 2 years ago. When he went to MVP status, he jumped over. He's shooting over 5 or 6 threes a game. He was only shooting 1 or 2 at first. When he went to the next level and won a championship, and once he started shooting the three ball more, because he's at 5 or 6 threes a game now. He was at 1 or 2 in. But the thing is, he knows, like I always talk about free throws and layups. The free throws, if he scores 8 or 9 free throws, it puts an extra point, which makes it a 3 onto the mid-range jumper. That's my whole thing was like Ben Sherrills and stuff. They don't get to the line enough to add those numbers up to make it a 3. You can shoot mid-range. If you can shoot 8 mid-ranges a game, but if you shoot 8, you get 8 free throws to go along with it. That's your third point outside of it to make the percentages up.
To me, if you're gonna shoot that many, the way he's so efficient, I don't give a damn if he shoot 15 mid-range a game. He gonna hit 10 of them. 11. He's efficient. That motherfucker don't miss nothing.
That thing the other day when they said he in 3 weeks he only missed 1 shot in the fourth quarter in like 3 weeks. I said, man,
hey Donald, didn't he go like 15 out of 18 one of them games against Phoenix or something like that from the field? What the fuck?
He's not missing. I mean, that was funny. The game he was pointing at Dylan Brooks like, man, you.
Yeah,
that's his boy though. They from the same place.
Yeah, they from the same boy. They're cool.
But this is we're gonna change gears. That was our NBA segment. We'll be going back over there. But I couldn't go a day without not talking about this. So, and as soon as I don't know why I got a delay on here, but it'll be showing us very soon. The NCAA basketball tournament is expanding to 76 teams from 68 teams. They're trying to make Tuesday and Wednesday just as exciting as Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I don't. You know what? I'm gonna get my opinion last. So, what did you think about this when you found out the field is gonna be expanded to 76?
The tournament moves so fast, Joe. They have played so many games in a short, small window. It don't really bother me that much. And we're talking about adding an extra day or so to the tournament. It don't really bother me. It's just more basketball to watch. It's not. It would bother me more if you added more teams in a football tournament. If they keep adding that will bother me more. But to me, a couple more teams get in. They're going to be eliminated the next round anyway. So I'll have no problem with it.
Okay. Donald, what did you think when you seen that the teams going to 76?
They should just make it like high school. Everybody make a tournament and get eliminated how you get eliminated. But honestly, if you got 60, it was at 64, initially 64. 40 of those teams don't matter anyway. So the more you add on, it's just, I know what they do. It's more teams, more games, more money.
Yeah.
But it's just like if you add on teams, the more teams you add on, they don't matter. They just gonna be in the same bracket as those. Because you got it's really only about 5 to 10 teams who actually got a chance at winning. But then you got to think you got 10 of them that's gonna make it competitive. So you at 20. Them other 40 teams, they don't even matter kind of anyway. So it didn't bother me none. I'm gonna watch extra basketball to watch, but I do think more is less, and the more you put something into it waters it down. But at the same time, it's like it was the same. It was a whole bunch of water. It wasn't like that. The best 64 teams got in the tournament anyway. So it'd be different if that was the case. Like football, how you try to put the best 12 teams. Well, we don't put the best 12 because we put James Madison in there. But if you added more teams like Soul said in football,
And
it would mean more.
Tulane.
It would mean more because all the games mean more. You just add more miscellaneous games in basketball.
Kathy said it's too many teams. King Ming said it's crazy. 76 now. That then the next couple years is going to be 80 to 100. He said the question is where should the NCAA stop at? I think the NCAA should stop at 64. I think that the playing games add a bit of excitement, but if you're going to add 76 teams, then what are we doing with the conference championships? Are you going to start that a week earlier? Because a lot of these teams that got to play in that game are coming right off. If you're in the SEC. And let's say you're a bubble team and you play in the SEC championship game, which we know that normal game is on a Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get in that tournament game, and then you got to turn around and play Tuesday because let's say you lost that game, but you're on the bubble, and then you got to go turn around and play a game on Tuesday. And then if you win that game, you got to turn around and play a game on Thursday. It's just like I just think that we're not looking at it from a kid's perspective, the player's perspective. I think that everything is not about money. I think that you taking away, I think regular season games is not going to matter as much. And then there's no, like this year was one of the prime examples with, there was no team that nobody was scratching their head on that didn't get in. There was no team like, damn, man, he ain't make it in. I remember that was some of the best talk was when we found out who didn't make the tournament. Now everybody's going to make the goddamn tournament. So there's not going to be any pageantry. There's not going to be any drama. Now everybody's in, man. I don't like it. I think you're putting way too many teams there. I'm like with Donald, just put everybody in there and then just eliminate. You go ahead and have 130 fucking teams in there and just eliminate. Expand that shit to fucking start the beginning of March and shit running all the way through April, man.
Well, Jody, I agree. It shouldn't be about money, but it's a business. I mean, we all know that. We could say, well, it waters down the tournament, but people don't. People that in the big office that make these situations that negotiate these deals, it's all about money. They want to make more money for the tournament. More TV deals, more apparel they're going to sell. If they add more teams like they're going to do, that means those mid teams, like let's say a team in a big conference, let's say Ohio State struggles to get in, but we put them in now, and that's another big team we can promote for the tournament game. So it's always going to be about money, brother. No matter what, whether we like it or not, it's going to always be about money.
Trust me, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. And I think you're right. I mean, it's never like a situation where you're not right. But I'm just saying personally, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. I know what you're saying.
My bad, y'all. Sometimes the water wins. But
we drink a whole fucking jug of it, yeah.
But I got something that's on the lines of NCAA, but I was watching the Pat McAfee show. I believe it was maybe 2 days ago. And Pat McAfee, I love Pat McAfee because he's just a straight shooter, man. I love what he does. I'm a real big fan of what Pat McAfee, how he went from being a kicker to being one of the most listened to sports podcaster. Now he's on ESPN, of course.
Now you're a fan of a kicker.
Huh?
Now you're a fan of a kicker.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Actually, he was a punter.
And he used to make some tackles every now and then.
Yeah. But he looked like he in the gym. So I got to give him some props. But I remember Reggie Roby. I was a big fan of Reggie Roby. I remember Reggie Roby.
I remember Reggie Roby. Yeah.
He's where Time S. Watts on his. But anyway,
peace.
This is my thing. They were talking something that really made a lot of sense, Donald. So they were talking about since the NIL deals have came about, we have not heard of anybody being ineligible academically. And now and they made a good point. Can you sue the school if now you're technically, if you get NIL money, that's your job. You are now quote unquote a professional player. So if you make me academically ineligible, can I sue the school because now you're not allowing me to do my job? Where do you think this is going to go now that people are going to start questioning this? I know everything is online, but I guess school is not important anymore, though.
No, you go to school to make the money. If you're already making the money, it kind of takes the importance out of school. But I don't think that. Do y'all think the kids got smarter or just start doing their work since they start getting NIL? No, I just think that when they know they be paying y'all this money, we're gonna go to these teachers in these universities and make sure they're going to be eligible for our money. So I don't even think that. I'm not gonna say they just start going to school or he just, you know what I'm saying, he just magically got smarter and able to do the work now. And then I think if you're getting more money now, you're probably gonna do less work. So I think that the schools, I think that before they give this money out, they're gonna make sure that the kids are eligible to play.
Okay. So what do you think about that? I mean, this is a situation where you remember you used to hear guys being academically ineligible, whatever. And when you play basketball, you only need to be eligible for one semester. That's all. You got to be eligible by December. Then you probably don't go to class ever again if you're one and done. But football is a little different because you got to be ready. You got to be ready the summer, and you still got to be academically eligible after the first semester. So what do you think? What do you think is going on with the NIL money? I mean, who do you want to be that professor that makes a player academically ineligible?
No, because like you guys were saying, if most of the stuff is online, we don't know who's actually doing the work. We just know they're turning it in. So and these kids are there, especially ones we know that's going to go pro. They're probably taking bullshit classes anyway. I don't really know if they're taking ballroom dancing, things of that nature, easy classes because they know they're going to make a lot of money at the next level. So I don't think they're going to go anywhere with this. NIL is, like I said, back to the business thing. It's about money. So it's not going to be a professor that's going to make this a star player ineligible. I don't see that happening. Unless you do something illegal, that's the only thing that's going to make you ineligible in today's college sports.
It really, really struck my interest. And I'm looking like, man, we sitting around here and we getting all these kids NIL money. We're going to the high school level.
Yeah.
Donald knows a kid here, Mercer. He played for Princeton. This guy signed a $1.3 million a year deal in high school. And I'm like, wow. Who's gonna be the teacher to tell this dude what he can't do? Who's gonna be the teacher to tell this dude that he gotta be at class or you late, you sleeping in class? Who gonna be that guy? Because dude, I'm a teacher that make about $50,000 a year. What I'm gonna tell a guy that makes $1.3 million? What the principal, everybody in that school combined don't make what he makes. So where does the discipline come from, Donald? How do you tell this guy he can't do something when this dude is driving up in a new fucking Maserati one day, he got a Maybach the next day, got a Bentley the next day? What are you gonna tell this guy, Donald? What are you gonna tell him?
Nothing. They don't tell them nothing. They made guys important, and once they make you important, like I've been saying, rules only matter to people who are nobody. The discipline only matters to people who are not beneficial to certain situations.
Okay. Kathy said, he said if it's all about the money, then they would show you women's college basketball that lost $28 million last year. And then she said she remember Reggie Roby. Jason, I know you remember Reggie Roby. Jason said Central's coming for Princeton next year. I think my boy is now 6'8", being my nephew is 6'8" now. Hope he's healthy enough. I know he had a little injury, but he should be good. Because I remember I broke my toe. Jace, you remember when I broke my toe and I was ready in 2 days? Hey, so I broke my toe before tryouts my freshman year, and I still was able to go and try out and make
your big toe?
My big toe on my left foot.
Damn.
Man, Jason, my little brother, we was playing basketball in the living room with a sock, and I hit the edge of the couch with my toe.
Oh, that hurt.
But so talk to me about this situation. What do you tell a kid where he's making that amount of money? They kissing his ass everywhere he goes. What do you do? And how do you discipline a kid like that?
You can't. You just gotta hope he has some type of morals, and because you can't tell him anything. He's like you say, he's making all the money in high school. These kids are making big money. At this point, this is the reason why coaches like Nick Saban are no longer coaching in college sports, because they have no control anymore. The players who are actually really bringing in the money are making money now, so you can't tell them shit anymore. So no, the game has changed that way, and that's the way it's going to be moving forward.
I think that it has to be something in place, but I don't know if it's something you can put in place right now. Like I said, these kids are now. This kid making 1.3, he's the tip of the iceberg. He's a pioneer. There's going to be kids that come along that's going to be making $2 million a year. What are you telling kids that are breadwinners in their homes? They're getting their parents' houses. They're getting their parents' cars. They're making it where their parents don't have to work. Like, I don't know, man. I'm like, unless you can discipline these kids to be humble, it's hard to be humble when you stunting on a jumbotron, man.
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Donald, can you imagine? Can you imagine? You know how kid think they grown in the house, and they be like, and the parent be like, I mean, you gonna act grown in my house, you can get out. And the kid be like, you can get out. I bought this house.
Right. And it's like now you're gonna have parents kissing young. First of all, you got parents gonna be like not kissing their ass, because if you're a strong parent, you're a strong parent. But I know, and I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but it's some people that was going pro around these areas, and they had grown ass men being flunkies for them. So
yeah,
grown ass fucking men being flunkies for these guys because they know he was gonna go pro. And I'm like, now that you see that they're getting money before they go pro, which they probably was getting money then, but I'm saying now you legally get money. It's gonna be a lot of grown men trying to attach themselves to these people. I already don't like AAU from the jump. I'm not an AAU fan at all. If you're not playing on the EYBL or one of those circuits like that, you almost kind of like wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? If you're not the focal point on the AAU team, I'm glad my nephew is, but my other nephew, and I'll talk about that later, is not. And it's like I just think that it's a waste of time if you're not a go-to guy. So now you're gonna have. So you about to have. You remember he got gang.
Oh yeah.
Remember how everybody, Jesus save us. You're gonna have a lot of that shit, and it's really gonna be real sad that a grown ass man is sniffing behind a fucking high school kid. Donald, talk to me about that, man.
Man, they already done. I was at a game, and at a game, and some guys actually talk about it, and they like, man, you better get. They like, what? You know, what's the new thing around? Like, man, you better get you a kid. Like, people are right now are already like, okay, looking at a young kid who's gonna be something to basically to attach themselves to get some type. I'm gonna do this for him. Like, to where you already kind of obligated to certain stuff. And I don't know if y'all watched the Michael Beasley thing.
Yeah.
But like basically he was saying like the dude had been taking care of him for this long, but had documented everything he did. He like, you owe me this once you get back. It's a lot of stuff like that going on.
And so I'm gonna talk to you about this. You see, back in the day, when we played Donald back in the day, you had the dope dealer on the block that will buy you a pair of shoes. They'll buy you and they'll keep you protected when nobody touched certain players in the hood. They wouldn't touch them. They be like, hey, don't fuck with so-and-so. He gonna be somebody. If I find out you fucked up. And then when they do become somebody, it's like now you gotta put the whole hood on. So did you ever see that? I know Texas got a lot of athletes, football, basketball, y'all in your area where you grew up. Did you see a lot of that going on down there?
No, not personally. I didn't see it. I've heard stories, but I didn't personally see anybody. I've seen some players that were in high school. Their parents, all of a sudden, I know they don't have no money. All of a sudden, they got a big house. I've seen some of that, but you know, I didn't experience none of that in my personal life. But I've seen some of it.
I seen some guys or some pro players. They was talking, and they was like, "Why do a lot of African American players be broke on their first contract?" Other than white parents, they said a lot of times it was a white guy saying it. He was like, "I'm gonna be honest, my parents when I got to the league, well, I didn't give them nothing. They said basically you already had your opportunity. I can look out for you when it's time down the line." But he said we believe in paying the money forward and setting the money up for our kids. He said when a lot of African Americans make it, everybody before them, they want to buy their mom, house, car, everybody behind them. So a lot of African Americans pay the money backwards instead of paying the money forward, and therefore that's how you set up and you be broke in the future.
That's always your dream, bro. Your dream is if you grew up with nothing.
That is.
Your dream is that, man, when I make it, I'm gonna get my mama this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So that's one of the first things we look to do because they've always been there for us. So that's why we do certain things like that.
Because you can't tell me if I get some millions right now, I ain't doing for mine. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, you're damn right.
But this is the thing. Now you got NIL money. When you do get to the league, you already did that for your parents.
You already done that.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's what I seen Jeff Teague said. He said basically, my first check was all about just setting the foundation and taking all that taken care of. He said that's why you tell players don't go crazy when you get your rookie contract. The second contract, okay, now it's time to ball. Because your first contract is just about setting the foundation and doing all that. Because if you don't make it to your second contract, they said the worst athletes for us financially are guys who, if you never make it to at least your second contract. Because the first contract is usually gone before you get it.
Yeah.
And then that second contract, now you can have some fun. You know what I'm saying? You can already, you can have some fun. You can live for yourself. But it's hard to keep people working hard once they get the first contract if they never had money to get to the second contract.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, the easiest thing to say is I'm not gonna change when I get my money to that first direct deposit hit. And you making like 80 grand every 2 weeks. You're like, oh shit.
That's on. That's what he said. He said he had Yeah, that's what he said. He said he looked at his first check and he was happy. He said it was like 60-something thousand for 2 weeks.
Nigga.
He said, damn. But he said he looked on the floor. He said they used to give him their checks his rookie year. You would get a check stub. They deposit your checks. He said he said it was 60,000. He said he looked next to him and he said all he needed to see was not the. He said he was geek when he seen his for 60. He said he looked next to him, looked on the floor. Joe Johnson said $2 million in 2 weeks. He said, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I got to work hard. I got to get where he going. He said, but sometimes it takes for your vets to motivate you of how much more than they got. But now the problem with the league is it ain't no vet. Your vet might be 24.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Kathy said, please watch the documentary Going Broke. Well, we definitely seen that one. It was a lot. Bernie Kosar was on it. That was crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players that's on there, and it's really sad because so many people get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when they found out you got a little bit of money, it's like, I always go back to he got game. Jesus, save us. And it makes the guy so much pressure on that young man to try to make good on everything that he feel like that people made good for him. And it's just really sad, man, how they take advantage of some of these people out here, though. But, man, great show.
Hey, Jody, how far did Denzel throw that ball from the prison yard all the way to where his son was?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy work.
That nigga daddy had an arm, didn't he?
You going to big state. And they said now, Andre Iguodala's like the player's financial advisor guy. And they said, what do you try to teach the guys now? He said, listen, what I'm going to teach y'all now is that they go back, they said, look at KD and LeBron. See, them guys invest. They got a lot of investments, he said, but them guys ain't pulling no money out their pocket. He said, once we start to understand that we are the brand, so if you got a business idea, you can use me as the face and we can split the money. But if I got to give you my money, it's no sense in it. And then he said he was telling players he was talking about Shea signing $79 million a year. So you're making about $1 million a game. He said, what can you invest in that's going to make you that type of money? So we are trying to convince the players to not let nobody tell you to invest in nothing. Don't invest the money y'all making now. You don't have to invest your money.
Right. But it's crazy. Shaq said he never used a game check. He never cashed a game check while he was playing. He was living off endorsements, and it's crazy work.
That's good.
But also Denzel on He Got Game, and I think that was a prequel to the Equalizer when he hit dude in the throat.
Yeah, he's strong. He got an arm. He hit dude in the throat. How hard do you think he had to push his mama for her to die?
Right. Like
no shit.
Bro, he had to like Thor into the way he looked like he just kind of slipped.
He couldn't just say she slipped. You know what I'm saying? Damn. It was some oil on the floor and she slipped in the kitchen. I don't know, man. Did his kids testify against him? I don't know.
Right. But when
that's fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
Hey, when he hit dude in the throat, though, I was like, yeah, that's the Equalizer right there.
Yeah.
How you smooth beat motherfuckers ass like?
He was like, yeah, that's your car right there.
Out there whooping everybody's ass. But hey, great show, man. Appreciate y'all for real, man. King Ming said Ocho and Grunk did the same thing, never using a game check. Yeah, it's crazy work. You gotta just deposit them into your account, man. But man, we'll be back, man, doing our thing. This is our first show of May. So we did great numbers last month. We had over 1.1 million viewers for our 9 shows of last month. So we're trying to keep the numbers up like that. Yes, so I appreciate everybody what they doing. But Donald, man, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
My final thought is Soul made a post also. I don't want to bite his stuff, but Soul made a post is a lot of people were already hyping up LeBron losing, coming back from 3-0 and all this stuff. But now it's like it's silent. But not just in that aspect. I think we, as a media as a whole, need to appreciate people's greatness instead of the losses. It's like we got more to talk about when people's downfalls happen than appreciating everybody's greatness. And not just Bron. I think we do it in a lot of situations. Like we can't wait for somebody to fail to talk it up, but it's silent when it's the other way around, and I just don't like it as a whole. Just sports, media, everywhere. So that was my final thought. I just don't like that standpoint.
Okay, hold on real quick. King Ming said, "Great show, man. You enjoy your. I hope you got home from Vegas safely too, man. You went out there with Lamar Odom or nothing like that.
He ain't got to take no antibiotics, do it. Hope he okay. They got some pills for that shit, dog."
That's crazy work, man. You brought some home with
some cream or something.
So, man, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
Jody's favorite player, the Joker, who shit the bed in the playoffs. His prize at the end of the season, he's eligible for a 4-year, $250 million contract extension. Not saying that he don't deserve it because he's still a great player, but that's crazy, man, to underachieve in the playoffs and get a major contract in the offseason. Well, that's NBA for you, though, man. Big money.
Big money, man. Hold on real quick. I think so. He said, Kathy said, set up annuities and trust stuff will make money slowly and you have something to fall back on. Only thing I got to say about that, he said, nah, I'm clean, didn't need no meds. No. My only problem is this. When you make that type of money, why do people feel like they got to invest that money? Like, I just let my shit sit in the bank. If I make $250 fucking million, how much more money do you fucking want?
Yeah, I'm already rich.
Like Donald said, you go out here and you investing in all this money and you already got the money that people are trying to get. I don't understand that. Like, I never understood. Like, I always used to ask this question, like, how much money is too much money? If I'm SGA and I'm making $80 million a year, and I know I got at least another 2 extensions in my career of that magnitude, why do I got to invest in anything? Why do I got to go put that money I made to make more money? I don't need to make more money. I'm already making it. But that's just me.
And you know what I'm saying? If I got $250 million and I done spent it, I done did everything I want to do in this lifetime. So
right.
You ain't lying.
If you spend it on what you want and not you ain't take care of everybody else. I'm gonna tell you like this, and before I get to my final thought, my family, if you're listening, and my friends, if you're listening, because we about to blow up. So when we get this $200 million deal, I'm gonna tell y'all what, I'm going to give y'all like $5 million a piece. Don't ask me for shit else. If you blow y'all $5 million, kiss my ass. That include my kids. Why y'all blowing $5 fucking million?
Jody, you know what's gonna happen? You know them cousins gonna be calling, man, Jody, my goddamn car, man, something wrong, man. This motherfucker acting funny on me. They know you got all that goddamn money. Motherfucker trying to hit you up for everything.
If I gave you $5 million, you should have bought a better car.
Right? How the fuck did you got a car that you didn't get a warranty on or something? And I'm not trying to be funny or facetious at all. If my family, I think God has really set me up to where I know who my people are right now.
Oh yeah.
So it ain't gonna be. I don't got that many cousins. Donald know that. We got some cousins in California. We got some cousins in Atlanta. That's it. We ain't got no whole bunch of cousins. We got some cousins here in Ohio. That's it.
You from the South?
Yeah, we got a lot, bro.
Trust me, we ain't got all. Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a meeting with my family, my immediate family first, my brothers, my sisters, my nephews, my nieces. I'm like, look, this is everybody. This is y'all money. Don't ask me for shit else because I'm blocking my fucking number. If y'all ain't calling me to see how I'm doing, don't call me. I'm gonna block it.
Hey, Jody, my grandmother had 10 kids, right? And all of them had a lot of kids. So I got 8 kids. One was 6, one was 5. There's a whole bunch of us, right? So my wife first time she met, she's like, "You related to all these motherfuckers?" Yeah, he's my first cousin. That's just on my mama's side. It's a whole bunch of us, but I ain't breaking all of them off for no money. I don't like some of them motherfuckers, so some of them ain't getting no money.
So you better get ready with your contract and already have how you gonna split the shit up because it's coming very soon. Paul.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's that extra 3 inches Donald was talking about earlier. Extra 3 inches on it. Donald said he got an extra 3 inches on the man.
I had a joke for so early. I let him slide.
What I say?
It was about you were saying that if the Pistons would have lost, they'd have been worst number 1 seed ever. I said, yeah. Well, it was another team that lost to an 8 seed not too long ago.
Who the fuck you talking about? My Mavericks?
Them Dallas Mavericks.
hey, the Spurs lost 2 when they were the 1 seed. They lost to Memphis, I think.
I don't remember that.
I do.
I don't remember. Hey, my final thought is this, man. The NFL is right around the corner, man, and it's about to be a dead period. And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles once again is playing chess, not checkers. You have a situation where they have a disgruntled wide receiver, and they didn't wait until the disgruntled wide receiver forced his way out. They pushed him out, and they already got replacements already in the lineup if and when he departs, because I think that's going to actually in the next month or so we'll know if he's going to be a Patriot being A.J. Brown. And I think I like when they brought in Malachi Lemon. They were very aggressive. They brought in other wide receiver, Hollywood Brown. They already got Devontae Smith. Every other team in the league take notes. Stop waiting until your star player is so disgruntled that he don't want to play or don't want to perform, and then you try to replace him. And sometimes you never do, especially if it's a quarterback or a wide receiver or something of that nature, or edge rusher. Stop waiting until you can't kiss his ass no more. He wants out. Do what the Philadelphia Eagles is doing. I don't think that they're going to skip much of a beat as most people think that they would. I think A.J. Brown is still a top 5 receiver in the league. I think his numbers spoke for themselves. You go look at his numbers all the years he's been in Philadelphia. He's been in all the top statistical categories for those 6-year spans that he's been in there. And he's comparing to any wide receiver in the league. But I like what Philly's doing, man, replacing him now, not waiting until a year later so they won't skip a beat, because the Philadelphia Eagles window for the Super Bowl is not as wide as it used to be. So they got to get that. If they're going to win a Super Bowl, they better find out how to do it now with this core before all those 1-year contract come to you got to, they either going to leave like the kid went to, what's the dude went to, came from Miami, then he went to the Carolina Panthers, Phillips. They don't want to be like that, man. So, hey, take a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles book and start having replacements before the replacements are your downfall, which A.J. Brown would have been. So that's what I thought. What we got here? What we got before we get out the door? Jason said, "I am going to get my extra inches when you give me my money."
Jason said Jason gonna get some dick weave. You know what he said?
Yo, that nigga go get a BBL on his dick. Kathy said, "I got cousins. My grandma had 37 great grandkids when my son was born. That was back in 1989. Hey, listen, I told y'all I love y'all to death. But once I give y'all money, don't come asking for no more money, man.
Lose my number.
Lose my number. I know I'm gonna have surveillance on all y'all anyway, so I'm gonna know what y'all doing anyway."
Hey, Jody, imagine you at a family event. You know, everyone's there, and it's time to pay for something. Everybody gonna look at you like, "I know you got it, right?"
Right, nah, nigga, I left my.
Nah, we gonna split the bill like we always do.
I'm like, nigga, I had a drink. It's a $3,000 bill, nigga.
Come on, man, you got it. You got it.
I got a high seat.
Oh man,
but it be things you always want to do with your family. Like I know for sure, I'm taking my family to the Super Bowl. But
yes,
everybody's family different. We're gonna have one of them booths, but I just know how much my family will let it go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Listen, I'm not gonna say I'm not doing nothing for my family, but I'm not gonna give, because you gotta think I got an older brother, older sister, I got a younger brother, younger sister, and then I got 11 nephews and nieces, will include my kids. Everybody gonna eat, but I'm not. If you blow it, and none of y'all better not turn into Liza Minnelli, or y'all better not be turning to somebody that's on drugs, because I'm definitely going to come snatch y'all money from y'all. I'll find out y'all out here sack chasing and shit.
Here you go, Joe. You can just say, "Hey, look, man, I'm going to show you more money you've ever seen in your life." That might not be very much.
Or this is my final thought. Or in closing, I could be like, "All right, you can get the $5 million up front, or I can ration y'all money, give y'all $250,000 till you reach a year until you reach five.
How about I just pay your house off for you? That's something like that.
Because that's the thing. Now this is what we do. Not give you as much money, but just lower your overhead so you don't even need that much money. You know what I'm saying? And then we can
that way your ass can keep working. Yeah.
And the next time you come ask me for some money, come with a business plan, and then we can work something out.
Say, nigga, did I pay your house off for you, nigga? Why you look?
Just go. If you want to do something that bad, if you're that broke, just go home.
Well, this is the problem. You're going to have people that pay their house off, then they're going to take a second mortgage out.
Hey, man, can you pay my taxes for me? Damn, nigga, I got to do everything.
Hey, Jason said he is Lamar Odom. Hey, man, great show, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 11:30. Hey, so, man, what we doing till tomorrow, man?
We working, baby.
Peace.